A credit card limit is the maximum amount of money you can spend on a credit card, set by the issuer based on your creditworthiness and ability to pay. It includes all types of transactions, such as purchases, balance transfers, cash advances, and fees. As you use your card, your available credit decreases. You have to pay back what you spend, normally every month, before you can charge more money. If you go over your limit, you may face penalties and damage your credit score. The average credit card limit in 2020 was about $30. Your credit limit is determined by several factors, such as your credit score, income, payment history, credit utilization, length of credit history, credit mix, and recent inquiries. People with better credit scores and incomes are likely to get higher credit limits, since they are viewed as less of a potential credit risk. After all, a high credit score is correlated with a history of on-time payments and the ability to pay off your debts. Your credit limit affects your credit score in two ways: directly and indirectly. Directly, your credit limit determines your credit utilization ratio, which is the percentage of your available credit that you are using at any given time. For example, if you have a $10,000 credit limit and a $2,000 balance, your credit utilization ratio is 20%. Credit utilization is one of the most important factors in your credit score calculation, accounting for 30% of your FICO score. Generally, the lower your credit utilization ratio, the better for your credit score. Experts recommend keeping it below 30%, but ideally below 10%. Indirectly, your credit limit affects your credit score by influencing your payment behavior and debt management. A higher credit limit can give you more flexibility and convenience in spending, but it can also tempt you to overspend and accumulate more debt than you can afford to repay. This can lead to missed or late payments, which can hurt your payment history and lower your credit score. A lower credit limit can help you control your spending and avoid getting into too much debt, but it can also limit your options and make it harder to cover unexpected expenses or emergencies. It can also increase your credit utilization ratio if you carry a balance close to your limit. Therefore, it is important to understand how your credit limit works and why it affects your credit score. By choosing a suitable credit limit for your needs and budget, and by using it responsibly and wisely, you can improve your financial health and boost your credit score over time. If you want to increase your credit limit on your card, you need to request it from your card issuer. There are different ways to do this, depending on your card issuer and your situation. Here are some tips on how to request a credit limit increase and what factors your card issuer will consider. One way to request a credit limit increase is to call your card issuer and speak to a customer service representative. You can find the phone number on the back of your card or on your monthly statement. When you call, you may have to provide some information, such as your income, employment status, and housing payment. The representative will review your account and ask you some questions about why you want a higher limit and how much you need. They may also check your credit report and score to see how you manage your other debts. If you meet their criteria, they may approve your request on the spot or within a few days. Another way to request a credit limit increase is to do it online through your card issuer's website or user portal. You may have to log into your account and find the option to request a credit limit increase under the card services page. You may have to update some information, such as your income, employment status, and housing payment. You may also have to enter the amount of credit limit increase you want and the reason for it. The card issuer may give you an instant decision or take some time to review your request. They may also check your credit report and score before making a decision. Sometimes, you don't even have to request a credit limit increase. Your card issuer may automatically increase your credit limit if they see that you use your card regularly and responsibly. This means that you pay your bills on time, keep your balance low, and avoid late fees and penalties. Your card issuer may notify you of the increase by email, mail, or phone. Whether you request a credit limit increase or get one automatically, there are some factors that your card issuer will consider before granting it. These factors include your income. Your income is an indicator of how much you can afford to pay back. The higher your income, the more likely you are to get a higher credit limit. Your credit score. Your credit score is a measure of how well you manage your debts. The higher your score, the more likely you are to get a higher credit limit. Your credit history. Your credit history shows how long you have been using credit and how you have paid your bills in the past. The longer and more positive your history, the more likely you are to get a higher credit limit. Your credit utilization. Your credit utilization is the percentage of your available credit that you use. The lower your utilization, the more likely you are to get a higher credit limit. Your payment history. Your payment history shows how timely and consistent you are with paying your bills. The more on-time payments you have, the more likely you are to get a higher credit limit. Your relationship with the card issuer. Your relationship with the card issuer shows how loyal and valuable you are as a customer. The longer and more active you have been with them, the more likely you are to get a higher credit limit. Requesting a credit limit increase can be a good way to improve your credit score and access more funds when you need them. However, you should only do it if you are confident that you can handle the extra responsibility and avoid overspending. Otherwise, you may end up hurting your credit score and getting into debt.